You call your toddler's name once, twice, 5 times. Nothing. Then you finally yell and they jump. Here's the surprising reason silence turns into tears. It's 6 o'clock. Dinner is steaming on the table, and Mara calls Milo. Nothing. She calls again, louder. Nothing. From the doorway she can see him, 3 feet away, stacking blocks, completely unbothered. By the 5th call, her voice has an edge. The 6th isn't a call anymore. It's a yell. And Milo jumps like the room exploded. You know the look that comes next. Wide eyes. A wobbling chin. Dinner happens, but it happens with tears. His at the table, and hers almost, after bedtime. Because that night, Mara types the question thousands of parents type every single day. Why does my child ignore me until I yell? The worries arrive in order. Is it his hearing? Is it defiance? Is this the disrespect everyone warns you to stamp out early? So David runs a test from the sofa. He whispers, barely breathes, the word cookie. Milo's head snaps up from across the room. His ears work perfectly. Somehow, that feels worse. Here's what the science of young brains actually says. A toddler's attention doesn't work like yours. Yours is a lighthouse, sweeping, scanning, tracking 10 things at once. His is a tunnel. When Milo locks onto those blocks, his brain turns the rest of the world down like a volume knob, including, and especially, your voice. Researchers call it inattentional deafness. When a young brain is fully absorbed, ordinary sounds genuinely don't get through. They're not ignored, they're never received. Your words arrive, bounce off the tunnel, and fall. The 4th call didn't fail because Milo was rude. Inside the tunnel, the 4th call never happened. And why is it always your voice that vanishes? Because your voice is the soundtrack of his whole life. It means safety, home, background warmth. So his busy brain files it under always there and tunes it out first. A stranger's voice startles. Yours soothes. He filters you out because you're the one he trusts. Here's the twist nobody tells you. That deep absorption is not a flaw. It's flow. The same total focus scientists admire in artists and surgeons, and toddlerhood is where it gets built. A child lost in blocks is doing brain construction. So the goal was never to break the tunnel. It's to knock on it properly. So why does yelling cut through? Because a yell doesn't knock on the tunnel. It pulls the fire alarm. The brain's threat system overrides everything. Focus shatters, head snaps up, heart races. It works. Once. But look at the price tag. You got his attention by frightening the focus out of him. And repeated, it sets a trap. A clever little brain learns exactly one lesson from the pattern. Not listen the first time, but the first 5 calls mean nothing. Real instructions arrive at yelling volume. We think we're teaching them to listen. We're accidentally training them to wait for the alarm. Now for the mystery that unlocks it. At preschool, Miss Ada gets a whole class of toddlers to stop playing, tidy up, and line up for lunch, without raising her voice once. Mara watches it happen at pickup, stunned. 12 tunnels, 0 yelling. What does she know? Watch her hands. Watch her knees. Tool number 1, connection before direction. Miss Ada never launches instructions across a room. She walks over, crouches to eye level, touches a shoulder, says the name, and waits 1 extra second for the eyes. Only then, the message. Words sent before attention arrives aren't instructions, they're background noise. That evening, Mara tries it. Instead of call number 1 from the kitchen, she walks to the tower, kneels, rests a hand on Milo's back. Milo. He looks up. Dinner's ready. The tower can wait on the shelf. And he comes. No 5th call, no yell. 11 extra steps that buy back the entire evening. Tool number 2, one thing at a time. A toddler's working memory holds one instruction. On a good day, 2. Shoes on, grab your jacket, find your backpack, we're late, isn't a list to Milo. It's weather. So say one thing. Wait for it to actually happen. Then, and only then, the next. Watch Tuesday morning transform. Milo. Shoes. Shoes happen. Slowly, heroically, but they happen. Then, jacket. Jacket happens. 2 words at a time. The mountain of the morning becomes a staircase. It feels slower. It's actually minutes faster, because nothing has to be repeated 6 times at rising volume. Tool number 3, the fun one. Go quieter, not louder. A toddler's brain is wired to notice change, not volume. Kneel down and whisper, "I've got a secret," and watch a child cross a whole room to collect it. A sung instruction, a robot voice, a dramatic whisper. Novelty slips through tunnel walls that shouting only crashes against. Tool number 4, land the plane, don't crash it. To Milo, "we're leaving now" means his tower dies mid-build. Of course he fights it. So give endings a runway. 2 more minutes, then shoes. When the bridge is finished, then bath. A toddler who can see the ending coming doesn't need to go to war with it. Saturday brings the final exam, leaving the park. The World Championship of being ignored. Mara kneels by the swing. Milo, 2 more big pushes, then home for lunch. 2 pushes swing by, then the choice, walking or shoulder ride. He studies her, raises both arms. Shoulders. And the meltdown that always happens, simply doesn't. And still, some days you'll yell. You're late, you're exhausted, you're human. Here's a gentle news from decades of research. What shapes a child isn't the rupture, it's the repair. Come back down to eye level. I yelled, that was too big. I'm sorry. A repaired yell quietly teaches one more skill. How to apologise. Because listening was never really about obedience. It's connection, with feet on it. The child who gets your nearness, your eyes, one clear sentence and a visible ending, isn't just cooperating. He's memorising how attention is given by watching you give it. Children become listeners the same way they become speakers, by being listened to. So tonight, before the 5th call, try the quiet translation. He's not ignoring me. He's in the tunnel. Walk over, touch a shoulder, wait for the eyes. 1 small sentence and a runway to the ending. Save the yelling for actual fire alarms. So if that day ever comes, it still means something. If tomorrow's dinner call goes differently, tell us in the comments. We read every single one. Tap like if this helped, and subscribe to Tender Minds, the science of your child's inner world. 1 gentle video at a time.